Be true to yourself. 15 minutes for the next 15 years of your life. There comes a moment in life, quiet, almost invisible, when you begin to question everything. It doesn't arrive with noise or chaos. It doesn't announce itself. It shows up in the stillness, maybe late at night, when the world is asleep but your mind is wide awake. Or maybe in the middle of a crowded room, when you suddenly feel completely alone, and in that moment, a question rises: is this really me, and not the version of you that people see? Not the version of you that performs, that pleases, that adapts, but the real you. Because the truth is, most of us have spent years becoming someone we thought we needed to be, instead of discovering who we already are. We learn early on how to earn approval. We learn what gets praise, what avoids criticism, what keeps us safe. And slowly, without even realizing it, we begin to shape ourselves around those expectations. We become agreeable instead of honest, perfect instead of authentic, accepted but not known, and that's where the quiet disconnect begins. You can live an entire life being liked by everyone, and still feel like you don't belong anywhere, because belonging isn't about fitting in. Belonging is about being seen and still choosing to stay. The courage to be seen, being true to yourself, starts with one thing: courage. Not the loud, dramatic kind, but a quiet, steady courage. The kind that asks you to show up as you are, even when it feels uncomfortable. Because let's be honest, it is uncomfortable. There's a part of you that fears rejection. A part that whispers, if they see the real me, they might not like me. And that fear is powerful. It keeps you small, it keeps you hidden, it convinces you that it's safer to perform than to be real. But here's what no one tells you: every time you pretend to be someone you're not, you abandon yourself. And over time, that abandonment creates a deeper pain than rejection ever could. Because rejection from others hurts, but rejection from yourself slowly destroys your sense of identity. So the question becomes, what does it actually mean to be seen? It means telling the truth when it would be easier to stay silent. It means expressing how you feel, even if your voice shakes. It means showing your imperfections instead of hiding behind perfection. Vulnerability is not weakness. It never was. It is the birthplace of connection, the foundation of courage, the beginning of authenticity. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you give others permission to do the same. You create space for real relationships, not the kind built on performance, but the kind built on truth. Yes, some people may walk away, but those people were never connected to the real you in the first place. And the ones who stay, they become your people. The cost of living a false life. Now imagine something with me. Imagine living the next 15 years exactly as you are now, still trying to meet expectations, still seeking approval, still hiding parts of yourself. On the outside, everything might look fine, maybe even successful, but inside, there's a quiet exhaustion. Because pretending is tiring, carrying an identity that isn't yours requires constant effort. You have to think about what to say, how to act, who to be in every situation. You become disconnected not just from others, but from yourself, and one day you wake up and realize you don't even know who you are anymore. That's the real danger, not failure, not rejection, but disconnection from your own truth. Because when you lose that connection, you lose your direction. You start making decisions based on what looks right instead of what feels right, and that leads to a life that may be impressive, but not fulfilling. Letting go of who you think you should be at some point. If you want your life to change, you have to let go. Let go of the version of yourself you created to survive. Let go of the expectations that were never truly yours. Let go of the belief that you have to be perfect to be worthy, because here's the truth: you were never meant to be perfect. You were meant to be real, but letting go isn't easy, because the identity you've built, even if it's not authentic, feels familiar. It feels safe. It's what people expect from you, and stepping outside of that, it feels like risk. It feels like uncertainty. It feels like standing at the edge of something unknown, but growth always lives on the other side of comfort. And the life you truly want, it's not waiting inside your comfort zone. It's waiting on the other side of your courage. Owning your story. Every person in this world carries a story shaped by experiences, relationships, failures, and moments of doubt. Some parts of that story are beautiful, others are painful, and often, the painful parts are the ones we try to hide. We convince ourselves that they make us weak, that they define us, that they are something to be ashamed of. But what if those parts of your story are actually your strength? What if the struggles you've faced, the challenges you've overcome, the moments that broke you, are the very things that make you who you are? Owning your story means embracing all of it, not just the highlights, not just the successes, but the messy, imperfect human parts. Because when you own your story, it no longer controls you. You stop running from your past, you stop hiding your truth. And instead, you begin to use your experiences as a source of power. You realize that your story is not something to escape from, it's something to grow from. Choosing alignment over approval. One of the most important shifts you can make in your life is this. Stop asking, will they approve of me? Start asking, does this align with who I truly am? Because approval is temporary. It changes depending on people, situations, and expectations. But alignment is internal, it's steady, it's grounded, it's yours. When you live in alignment with your values, your truth, your identity, you experience a different kind of confidence. Not the loud external kind, but a quiet, unshakable confidence that comes from knowing, this is who I am, and from that place your decisions become clearer. Your relationships become deeper, your life becomes more meaningful. The next 15 years of your life now, think about your future. Not in terms of goals or achievements, but in terms of identity. Who do you want to be? Not what do you want to have. Not what do you want to accomplish, but who do you want to become, because the next 15 years of your life will be shaped by that answer. If you continue to hide, you will build a life that feels disconnected. If you choose authenticity, you will build a life that feels aligned. And the difference between those two lives is everything. A final truth. Being true to yourself is not a one-time decision. It's a daily practice, a choice you make again and again, to speak honestly, to act authentically, to show up as you are. Some days it will feel easy, other days it will feel incredibly difficult. But every time you choose truth over performance, you come home to yourself. And there is nothing more powerful than that, because at the end of your life, people won't remember how perfect you were. They won't remember how well you fit in. They will remember how real you were, and more importantly, you will remember. So don't spend the next 15 years trying to become someone else. Spend them becoming yourself, fully, boldly, unapologetically, because the world doesn't need another copy. It needs you.